Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for taking the time. I feel like it's like a cute little one-on-one situation.
I wanted the opportunity to talk to some people so that I could explain anything to you. I want to ask you questions because I'm, learning as well. And this is something that I can't wait to get started on. So,
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Well,
because
especially
I'm,
like working on it for 2 years. That's like your baby, so it feels like it's literally like finally being born.
I know, I'm so nervous, but since I am new to this whole beauty space, I wanted to know what could I do to make a positive impact.
I mean, I think honestly, like with what you're like already doing is kind of like a huge step in the right direction. Because I feel like there's not really a whole lot of brands out there that number one are focusing on mental health, but also like number two, like even just doing like anything to make like a positive like impact in the beauty community, which can be like a pretty scary place, especially like being on both ends of it from like a brand standpoint, but also being on like the influencer standpoint. It's a very like interesting world to kind of like be a part of. So I think just having a brand that stands for mental health and mental illness and bringing awareness to something that is kind of like that's sort of like a taboo subject. I think at times, I think that's honestly like a step in a huge direction.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
No, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
no, I do think a part of how you feel and the makeup that you want to use, it's not one or the other. It's not like, oh, I hate makeup or I love makeup. No, there are people who actually want to be somewhere in the middle. I want there to be that audience that I capture that has, maybe not to this or to that, and then I want it to also be a very buildable collection. So when it comes to my foundation and blushes and even highlighters, everything blends in so well that you actually don't you don't notice, and that's what I love because
Yeah.
it's one of my beauty tricks. I think doing a matte look is sometimes really hard for me, but I love a good glow, and I love just how it makes me feel. So
No, that's why
yeah.
I'm wearing the blush and then I think the lip and highlight and a few other things, and everything is just like super, super easy. I feel like as I've gotten more into makeup, like the easier the better, and especially like what you're saying, I'm not really into matte as much anymore because I just think it makes
Yeah.
my skin look like I've aged like 15 years. But like
Yes.
everything just looks so good on the skin. Like I mean, you can kind of see there's a little bit of like glow going on. Like it's not matte at
Yeah.
all. It's really great.
Oh, oh good. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I definitely wanted it to, and it takes time, because I did, have to figure out the right balance of pigment and figure out what I wanted it to be because I have so much time being in the chair, but I also know because of the artists I've worked with, I know, okay, well, that maybe I need to touch up that or do this, and I've learned all these habits, so it's kind of to my advantage. So I definitely know what people will hopefully like and feel comfortable in, and again, you can use it in any way you want, which was also the number one goal.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like some people also say like with celebrities coming out with makeup lines, I feel like if anything, like they also kind of like know more than like a lot of like other people starting makeup lines because they have been in the chair for so long. They have worked with makeup artists. Like they have this like plethora of knowledge that they are able to kind of like input into starting a brand. So to me, it makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think that's how it is, and I know that the world in this space is competitive, but I don't. That's not what my goal is. My goal is just to be that special place that you can feel comfortable going up to, and knowing how inclusive we are. You have 48 shades of skin color, and you can figure out what works for you, and sometimes that's a mix of two, or if I got a spray tan, then it's like a little darker. So yeah, no, for sure. That's important to me, and that will be, you can change anything you want. Like we ask anyone if they want more, if they want less, and on top of that, I would love to see eventually like what you'll do with all of it, and also just see what everybody thinks of it.
Yeah.
I feel like a little girl because it is exciting, especially growing up and going into Sephora. It's like that's like a dream, and
Yeah.
to see it come to life is so is incredible.
Yeah, I don't even know what that feeling is probably like incredible. Like I said, it's literally like your baby. Like going to the store too and like seeing like the gondola and everything too. Like it's gonna be. I'm excited for you.
I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna be such a geek. I'm gonna like I can't. But of course, I am very proud of this. Okay, so I want to ask you, what do you want your impact to be in the beauty space in the next 5 to 10 years?
Honestly, similar to you, I would love to I think I've started to kind of get into this more, but it's definitely been like a very gradual process, but talking more about mental health, just because that's something that I've kind of come into a little bit as far as like starting to go to therapy, which took me a really long time to finally kind of like bite the bullet. I went through like a few different therapists, and I think just talking about stuff like that on my story, like on Instagram and YouTube videos and stuff, it makes people realize like it is okay for like to go to therapy, because it is, again, like such a taboo subject. So to have some sort of lasting impact on the beauty community in that way would also be really great. And also just being like a boy in makeup, I think that also kind of comes with making sort of like an impact with like boys that are like that. When I was getting into makeup when I was like 15, 16 and like terrified and like hiding it from my mom, I remember I like went to Target and I bought like an eyebrow pencil, and I was literally like shaking, like checking it out because I was afraid someone was going to say something. But I think like definitely like that impact would be great in the makeup community, and just to be like positive. I think a lot of times what I've noticed in the beauty community is it can be a very negative place, unfortunately, which it's kind of like it doesn't really make a lot of sense when beauty is supposed to be like this positive, uplifting thing, and sometimes it can just be kind of turned into a really negative thing. But I think overall, just to kind of like sum up, just to be like some sort of positive light in the community. So in whatever capacity that takes, I think that's the direction I would love to go in.
And I can tell that that's, your heart, and
Yeah.
I believe that that's totally what's going to get you there is how authentic you are and your story. It encourages me to know that people in this space are wanting that message to come out at the same time as doing whatever you want to your face. You can beat your face, you can make it simple or whatever. It's exciting, and I respect your answer for
Thank
that
you.
as well.
Well, and it's exciting to see like more people like yourself too, that's like bringing more awareness to it on such a large scale. Because I think like once this makeup line comes out, I think it really is going to change a lot because I know you guys, I know you pledged to donate, I think like $1 million to
100.
100 million?
In
Oh
10
shoot!
years.
Okay,
No,
that was like
yeah.
I was like way off. Okay, I mean even better, like $100 million like dollars to I don't know if it was an organization or if it was just like helping with bringing
For the
awareness.
mental health organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
Basically.
insane.
No, I'm so happy. It's because I've also had to deal with tons of pressure in the position that I'm in. Obviously, I love who I am, and it's taken me a long time to really get there. And I've gone through therapy for many, many years, and it's sometimes not easy to do. But I've found out so much of why my thoughts work the way they do, and how to have a healthy communication between myself. And a lot of that came through this, inspiration of, oh wow, I actually did it, and makes me feel good, and I don't want to cover up anything, or I want to be someone. It's what you want, and that's the goal for me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you are like especially pretty outspoken when it comes to mental health. And was it like kind of hard to start speaking on it, because like I was saying, it is kind of a taboo subject? So did it kind of take time to get to that? And if so, was there anything that sort of helped ease you into just being like completely open about mental health and all that?
I think I started to realize that there were things going on in my head that I don't think were normal. I think that there was so many lies that I've read, and I would believe the truth in the lie, which is unnecessary, meaning like you, from body weight to makeup to whatever it is. And that's something that does affect you, especially at a young age. You're working, and I've had people come up to me because I fluctuate in weight because I have lupus, so I have different medications. And even people coming up to me being like, you look so skinny, I love it. I'm like,
Like
Thank you,
it's not a
but
compliment.
I'm not sure how that makes me feel because I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's definitely a thing that has been important to me. And I just want to be there for people. I don't want to compete. I just want to be a part of the line of greatness that is makeup.
Yeah, and I feel like that comes through, like, just in the way that you, like, talk about it and carry yourself. It's not like like, trying to get into the community to kind of, like, infiltrate it and just, like, rise to the top. It's really just to kind of, like, just to add, like, to bring something that's not already there, which I think is nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
I feel like with Rare Beauty, it seems like it's all about self-acceptance, and, you know, challenging the idea of, like, the beauty norm. So was that, I'm guessing this is kind of, the answer is yes, but was it always kind of the goal in mind when you were wanting to, like, start a makeup line, was to kind of just, you know, bring this positivity to the community?
Definitely. That was a huge goal for me. I love makeup, and you know, from music to fashion to whatever venue I'm in, it plays such a crucial part into how I feel. And you know, I think that was always a priority. You know, I think there's just too much pressure. There's
Yeah.
just so many things, from social media to everything, and it's hard, but it's wonderful at the same time because you can share your story, you can be there for people, and that is important. And I wanted that from the beginning. Yes, they knew that was my priority, is to make sure that people feel great about themselves. But yeah, I didn't know what I was doing really, and then I got to figure out with these beautiful scientists, like, how it all goes together and why it feels the way that it feels. And it was just super exciting. And yeah, I just think that this is a whole new chapter that I can't wait to be a part of.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel like it's like you had the concept of just, like, the overall, like, mantra, I guess, of the brand. And you're like, we're gonna figure out the rest as we go along. It's a learning process,
Yeah.
and here we
Yeah,
are.
because that's the truth, you know. I think I'm not here saying I know everything, but I definitely know some things because I've just been in it, and I've been around incredible artists that have shown me how to use makeup, and it's exciting. Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for, like, everybody to just show me pictures, and because I know how I wear it. So, but I'm so eager to see how, you know, yourself and other people will do with it in the future.
Yeah.
More.
Everyone's gonna interpret it in their own way, and I don't know, I'm excited to keep playing with it. Like I said, I think I tried, like, a few different things, like concealer, blush, and all that. And I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I think it looks great, but I'm excited to play around with it more. So, but thank you so much for taking the time. This has been a nice little, like, chit chat sesh. Folks just been hanging out.
Yes. You know, well, look, hopefully, you know, when everyone's safe, I can't wait to meet all of you, and especially you, so that we can talk and do things in person together. So I am sorry I'm not with you physically.
Oh no, it's
but
totally okay. I feel like we're all figuring this out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.